It's Eleian, and today we're talking about a YouTuber who got sued for $7.6 million. Why is this a big deal? Well, it's a lot of fucking money. Even people think that YouTubers are all these wealthy megalomaniacs like Jake Paul, but the truth is, it couldn't even be farther. Most of us are just trying to get by making content that we love to create. Well, YongYea, one of my favorite YouTubers, uploaded a video involving a bunch of drama surrounding Bungie and Destiny. And I wanted to check it out and see why in the hell is this guy getting sued for that much money? Because between you and me, if I was sued for $7.6 million, I'd be FUCK done. Let's watch it.
Some of you may recall that a few months back there was this weird situation where Destiny content was being wrongfully taken down or copyright struck, and people initially thought this was Bungie just going scorched earth, but they kind of came out and said, this is not us, we're going to look into this, and we're finally starting
copyright
to see
strikes,
some resolution on that front. So just to recap, here's a
copyright strikes suck, man.
March 21st, 2022.
With that being said,
this headline reads, someone is
Yong, if you're seeing this, I love you, dude. Don't copyright strike me. I'm just reacting to your video because I think it's excellent content.
Weaponizing the DMCA against Destiny 2 creators and Bungie itself.
Weaponizing.
So down, you'll find the details. We started to hear about
weaponizing content,
uploaded, released, or unreleased.
A new age of digital warfare.
Strikes. Some of these people had at one point monetized that content, and a great number of them had not, and many were just trying to archive a lot of the Destiny music that was no longer publicly available in the game or elsewhere. There was a bit of controversy surrounding that, where people were like, hey, Bungie, you're literally deleting content from your game, and that music just straight up is inaccessible. At least let people upload that stuff in a way that isn't monetized. If you're monetizing that content, then, you know, you may very well get flagged. But if you're uploading for archiving purposes, you know, it doesn't do the company any harm if that music isn't utilized.
Lost media,
way, if it's just
lost media and media preservation is a huge thing nowadays. So it's kind of unusual to see someone copyright strike music videos or music, especially if that music exists literally nowhere else on the internet.
Being kind of deleted from the face of the earth because the content is gone in its entirety. Now, back then, there were some legitimate takedowns on the part of Bungie that involved music, but then the takedowns started to get strange and fall outside the usual pattern and become excessive. So Forbes reported here, my friend Destiny the Meme got hit with a Redbubble takedown for some of her Destiny art filed by Activision Blizzard, which Bungie no longer works with. Beyond that, content creators, including a few high-profile ones in particular, are getting hit with copyright strikes, having their videos instantly removed and having their entire channels threatened to be erased.
Yikes.
Ask the Cross had a video of him reading the TWAB taken down. Biv had a Rolk Lore video hit. Esoteric deleted hundreds of old videos from his channel after a strike. These are people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that have covered Destiny for years.
Hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Strange. Why would Bungie want to go?
Those are some big fish, guys.
All of a sudden, and just completely kill any sort of community goodwill. It did naturally lead to everyone screaming at Bungie, but then a statement was issued in which Bungie said that it was not them at all, a statement that this was not happening at their request.
It wasn't Bungie.
Some of their own videos had been hit with strikes as well.
Even Bungie's videos have been hit?
Bungie put out there. We're aware of
then who's doing this?
Takedowns on YouTube, and we're actively investigating this.
It's the mystery copy strike maniac.
Bungie channels. These actions are not being taken at the request of Bungie or our partners.
It's the hash-slinging slasher, guys.
Future updates. So that's where things were at for a bit. We didn't hear for a couple more months. We're now getting confirmation of Bungie having investigated this. And
Bungie sues Destiny 2 fraudulent DMCA takedown sender for $7.6 million.
So here's what happened. Bungie filed a lawsuit against an individual named Nicholas Miner, also known as Lord Nazo. Miner ran a YouTube channel that was hit by a series of takedowns from Bungie's brand protection vendor, CSC Global, for uploading Destiny's original soundtracks in December of 2021, which were taken down by YouTube in January this year.
Okay.
Miner created 2 new Gmail accounts with the same CSC name in retaliation against Bungie and issued a total of 97 6 DMCA takedown notices against Destiny
What?
YouTubers, which included My Name Is Bit, Asked Across.
So he was. So he basically wanted to be the ultimate architect. He wanted to basically, he got fucked. So he said, if I'm getting fucked, everybody's got to get fucked. So he went and he basically pretended to be this group to take down strike a bunch of different videos by different YouTubers that were not affected, and Bungie themselves. What a maniac. What a mad lad.
And many more, and some of those takedowns did include Bungie's own official videos, and obviously Bungie copywriting themselves makes absolutely no sense, which is why the theory was this was somebody abusing the copyright system for some reason, and now we know that it was this individual, Lord Nazo, who was doing it for retaliation purposes.
Imagine getting sued for $7.6 million because you retaliated.
Copyright strikes on the part of Bungie, who didn't want him to keep uploading just, untransformative re-uploads of soundtracks. And then here's a quote from the lawsuit.
It has to be transformative. It has to add additional value. It has to have additional content. Or it could take away value. Like my reactions, they actually make the videos worse, as some would say.
His brand protection vendor in order to instruct innocent creators to delete their Destiny 2 videos or face copyright strikes. Over that weekend, miners Damian Reynolds' account began sending threatening emails to CSC with the subject line, "You're in for it now," and telling CSC better start running, the clock is ticking.
You're in for it now, boys.
Laws to try to prove a point. Did he think that was going to end well for him?
You're in for it now. You better start running. The clock's ticking.
That other Destiny content creators,
dude, what a mad lad!
Him when he decided to screw everyone else around him over, he thought risking the careers and livelihoods of these content creators whose channels can get deleted permanently if they get struck by too many copyright takedowns. He thought that would be worth his personal crusade against Bungie. This is just kind of a mess for this individual who's also
that's crazy, man. I can't believe someone would actually go that far just to prove a point, putting so many people in danger and ruining so many livelihoods possibly over something so trivial.
$multi-million corporation who you've pissed off. Bungie insists that they're entitled to damages and injunctive relief, including enhanced statutory damages of $150,000 for each of the works implicated in the fraudulent takedown notice that willfully infringe Bungie's registered copyrights, totaling $7.65 million. Beyond the fact that this user used Bungie's own copyright against them and falsely used that to take down other creators' content, it did just force Bungie to have to deal with the situation, waste time and resources.
Make an example.
And
this is what you do.
Press because initially
you make an example of them. Make an example of them, and no one else is going to want to do this again. Let people know, if you fucking do shit like this, if you pretend to own a copyright you don't have a copyright to, if you try to attack people's livelihoods, if you try to destroy content, you will be FUCK done. Fucked. Make an example. I hope this actually happens, because I would watch this. I would watch this court case.
Actually, people thought this was Bungie's doing, and they faced a decent amount of backlash until they put out that statement. So it just made Bungie look bad. It harmed creators. It harmed the ecosystem of Bungie's marketing and the community. Forbes dives further into why this individual, Nazo, Lord Nazo, would do this, and in one word, revenge is a good way to sum it up. Lord Nazo previously had uploaded a number of looped
so he was a salty motherfucker.
Caught up in a wave of
he was a salty motherfucker, huh?
When
dang,
after some
dude.
Channels like this was a controversial decision in its own right among the community at the time, but most of the time, videos could be deleted without further repercussions.
True.
Nazo refused to take down his videos, and eventually YouTube deleted it for
him.
If
you get copyright struck, delete the video. Don't do it again. There it is.
23 infringements. His channel was deleted entirely, and the deletion of his channel amidst him rebelling,
deleted and yeeted
music that Bungie has warned him time and again to take down, to not have up if he doesn't want to get struck. seems to have been what sparked the fire of this revenge plot, of this retaliation.
The ultimate
Nazo wanted
revenge.
revenge and chaos, it seems. And this was something that was pointed out in the lawsuit. The reason he was able to do this was because of what Bungie itself called a loophole in YouTube's copyright system.
The fact that YouTube allows anyone to file a complaint like this despite no proven authority that the person doing the filing is in fact the proper owner of the content. YouTube is the ultimate pathetic company. It is. It truly is the ultimate pathetic company because they take no responsibility for anything that happens in between content creators, copyright, and etc. They don't enforce their own rules, as evidenced by Quantum TV. They don't enforce copyright properly, enforced by this. It's like a wild wasteland. That's what YouTube is. It's like the Wild West. Anything goes. You can do what you want. You know, whatever. Anything can happen. It's like Red Dead 2 out here.
Fact that YouTube allows anyone to file complaints like this despite no proven authority that the person doing the filing is in fact the proper owner of the content. The fact that this is not only possible for individual creators but also for multi-million-dollar corporations to experience something like this, or the fact that Bungie's own stuff getting copyright struck by themselves didn't somehow raise any red flags for YouTube, in that there's clearly something fraudulent going on here, goes to highlight how broken YouTube's copyright system is, how just poorly thought out it is, how abusable it is, and the fact that YouTube has still not done anything about this. It just has paved the road for situations like this, and it's paved the road for copyright abuses such as this. And while Bungie is in the fortunate situation of being a multi-million-dollar corporation who have the manpower, resources, and financial means to deal with situations like this, when individual creators who are barely getting by get copyright abused.
It's not even just individual creators like you know, the small ones. Like I'm a no-name Andy. I'm okay with admitting that. I'm a no-name Andy. But it's also like even people like Moist Critical, YongYea, freaking hell, even larger content creators like Asmongold, XQC, if they do something and then it gets copyright struck, you're still going to have this problem where, oh, well, we can't help you. We're not going to verify who did the copyright strike. We're not going to verify any kind of authority. You're just done. And the only way you can get any kind of support or reaction from YouTube, apparently, is through Twitter. Based on many of these people saying that their partners are worthless. They have no real power. They're just placeholders. They're placebos. So, yeah, he's going to get into it. Here we go.
By some nefarious third party, they don't have much recourse. This is a discussion that is more and more worth having.
You know, and that's another thing, too.
These kinds of copyright.
Bungie is a multi-billion-dollar company. Or they have access to resources. If they are having difficulty with copyright strikes, then literally what hope is there for the individual content creator? Absolute fucking zero.
Abuses are becoming much more common. It is used for the purposes of retaliation or for the purposes of trying to silence criticism, even if that criticism, the way the video was made, is under fair use. Yeah, the whole YouTube system is just
justice for Ackman,
this is,
by the way,
one of many exhibits that really highlight this. Now, making a bad situation worse is the way Nazo deceived his former friends, other Destiny content creators, this entire time he was on Discord talking about the situation, lamenting how easy it was to spam fake takedown notices and effectively describing exactly what he was actually doing behind the scenes.
So not only did he did it, he bragged about it. He used it as a flex.
Rally the
it was easy, man. It was easy to destroy all these videos and basically ruin people's days.
Somehow create a movement
easy
where he'll be able to get his channel back or find some form of revenge. It was kind of messed up how he did that. And this was something that Owen Spence here at Licks Music highlighted, and this is someone who was very disappointed that someone he trusted would manipulate and deceive the Destiny community like this. Extremely disappointed to find out that Lord Nazo, our friend and someone in direct communication with us about the takedowns, was the person who issued the fake DMCA takedowns
Lord Nazo
on behalf of Bungie. Nazo lied to us, started a Discord group DM with me, Promethean, Bresci, and Lorcan OC, or 0C, and then said things like this, all while acting like he was a victim. If we click on the images, you can see for yourself that he was just kind of playing the
I want to see what he said, dude.
0C.
Let's see. The fact that it's easy means it's very likely for someone to just abuse the system. You don't say. Hell, you can make a Google account right now, go to YouTube Studio, and submit a takedown request on any video you want. Yep, YouTube has the most bullshit copyright takedown system ever. It's so brain dead simple that even a child could submit a takedown request without needing any proof of authorization. I'd believe someone is impersonating him. It's definitely a fraud. Dude, imagine a self-report like this, man. He's trying to be five-head, like, yeah, man, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this happened to all of us. You motherfucker, you're the one who's doing it. Yeah, sure, YouTube's a piece of shit. Doesn't mean that just because YouTube is shitty and you have the ability to abuse the system doesn't mean you should.
And then said things like this, all while acting like he was a victim.
$7.6 million self-report.
He was just kind of playing the fool, playing the victim, feigning ignorance, and expressing fake empathy. The fact that it's that easy makes it very likely for someone to just abuse
here we go
system,
again.
which is what he was doing, but acting like it wasn't him. Hell, you could make a Google account right now. Go
self-report, guys. All of this over Destiny 2 music.
Again, exactly what he did. Yep, YouTube has the most BS copyright takedown system ever. It's so brain dead simple that even a child could submit a takedown request without needing any proof of authorization. I believe someone is impersonating him.
Someone is impersonating him.
It's CSC. You can see here, very deceptive.
Very deceptive.
And then he continued here. I mean, anyone can make an email like first, last name, csc@gmail.com. It's definitely a fraud. And then here we have, yeah, it's the people like us who suffer, the little guys. Or
the
just
little guys.
Fewer than 250K YouTube subscribers and 100K Twitter followers. Bungie obviously wasn't amused by this, given their $7.6 million lawsuit. And certainly content creator friends and acquaintances felt, as Owen Spence here states, lied to, betrayed, and unbelievably
ultimate anime, top 10 anime betrayals. SwatchMojo.com.
All Destiny music on YouTube is gone because of this. To close things off, here's a report from Paul Tassi pointing to this Reddit post that was posted by Lord Nazo.
Tactics.
1,400 words. It's this rant, once again trying to manipulate and rally the community to work against Bungie, pretending like Bungie is the villain when he was the one.
Bungie's the bad guy, not me, not the guy who sent all the fake copyright strikes. It couldn't be me.
In this post, he was literally describing what they were doing verbatim as part of some bizarre ploy that feels like half revenge, half a very stupid plot to get their own legitimately deleted channel reinstated. The original post was made on March 17th, the day he was sending out 38 takedown notices, including targeting his own friends with them. Look, you can argue with Bungie being out of line with the way they dealt with Destiny music being uploaded.
True,
on
you
YouTube.
could argue about it.
Criticize that aspect, but Bungie owns the copyright to Destiny, and if they somehow feel like those music uploads are doing damage to them, and if the content isn't transformative enough, they do have the right to take that down. That's something they can.
I think copyright's stupid. I think for the most part it's a negative harm than it is a good. I see more often that it harms people than it benefits people. I might be completely wrong about this, but that's just my take on it as of right now. But yeah, I can kind of see. Yeah, you can think Bungie's garbage without harassing an entire community, ruining friendships, burning bridges, and being an overall piece of shit.
And the best way to approach that isn't by engaging with them on a criminal level. It's to criticize, is to make your voice heard, and to kind of convince Bungie, hey, this is wrong and you're breaking down community goodwill, don't do this. Like, that would be the approach. But hurting your own friends, hurting the entire Destiny community,
scorched earth tactics, guys.
The company by
I got fucked, so everybody must get fucked now.
Against them, that's a road that's just gonna make you look like an asshole.
Yeah,
and that's gonna get you just completely and utterly financially destroyed. Lord Nazo became the very thing that he was rallying against. He became a copyright abuser. He became the very quote-unquote monster that he was hunting, and engaged in the way he felt was wrong, and inflicted that to others.
You either live long enough to be a hero, or you see yourself become
yeah,
you know, the fucking whatever the fucking Batman quote is, like you live long, you either die a hero or live long enough and become a villain. Lord Nazo has become the villain. He's become the true copyright maniac,
and how just in a very damaging manner he engaged this situation, going scorched earth and just thinking incredibly selfishly. Yeah. And I have little doubt that his friends and cohorts who were utterly betrayed by Lord Nazo will be looking at this situation as a case of, you know, you kind of reap what you sow. But that's one man's take on this situation. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the whole Bungie taking down music situation, and then the way
you gotta love YongYea, man. His videos are always good. Always good. I have to agree with him completely, man. This entire situation was a complete fucking fiasco. I can't believe he's getting sued for 7.6. You have to keep that in mind, that number in the back of your head. $7.6 million. Well, sometimes you get it, and sometimes you get got.